Thank you. I guess I'll direct this to Dr. Ott. You began, but any of you could answer. And I'm going to begin by reading a provision of the Texas Education Code to you, and then I want to get your response to this. It says, in order to provide the maximum possible utilization of existing educational resources and facilities within this state, both public and private, the coordinating board is authorized to provide tuition equalization grants to Texas residents enrolled in any approved private Texas college or university based on student financial need, etc. You've made the point very forcefully that we do not allow public dollars to go to private institutions, but we've been doing that since 1971 in this state. We have given over $2 billion in public money to students to go to private schools that has served over 1 million students. That's not even to mention what we've done with the GI Bill and Pell Grants with federal dollars. We actually have a long-standing tradition in our country and in our state of taking tax dollars and saying, let it follow the student and go to a private school. The standards and statute are simply that they go to an accredited private school. It seems to be what we're doing with this bill is saying public dollars can go to an accredited private school. So can you please tell me what's the difference between a student in high school and a student in college, and when in fact a student could be enrolled in a high school right now and begin to take college courses and apply for financial aid and get this money even while they were still in high school? So what am I missing? What is why is that acceptable for a student once they leave high school?
Yeah, Representative Schaefer, I'm not a lawyer, but I pretend to be one sometimes. You're right. The tuition grant program that allows public tax dollars to go to private higher ed institutions is there and has been there for quite a while. One distinction I would offer up is that when you, as a private institution, accept those tax dollars, you cannot discriminate or you cannot use any form of admissions that would exclude all types of applicants. So,
well, that's not entirely true because some of them are, religious schools that have basically you have to adhere to a statement of faith. You have to go to chapel. You have to do certain things that others don't have to do.
Yeah, but they're comparing it to what the interpretation we have of what's before you right now is that there are no requirements on the receiving private school to accept the state money and as to who they elect to select as a part of the students.
But that's not the objection that I heard earlier. The objection I heard earlier was that there's no accountability and things like that. So.
Well, that is true. That is true, as it is right now. There's a part of the Senate Bill 8 right now has these students taking the exam, but that's it. The exam goes to the comptroller's office.
Do you know that private schools have to take exams in order to maintain their accreditation?
Yes, sir.
Those students have to have their academic achievement measured in order to maintain their accreditation. That is accountability for their academic achievement. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I'm sure they have their own set of assessments. But I would disagree that they're using taxpayer funds at this time.
The private schools have to test their students in order to maintain accreditation, correct?
Yeah, I'm not arguing that, sir.
Okay, so there is academic accountability built into the private school accreditation system. We can stipulate that?
Yes, assuming that the funds that are funding that private school are coming from the families and from the resources they have.
But that's true even under this bill because the bill requires it to be an accredited school. So the taxpayer dollar would only go to a private school that has a testing and an assessment program, correct?
Yes, I would. Yeah, my interpretation of the bill is that is correct.
Okay, thank you.